Hello everybody and welcome to the GKaiser Age. My name is Lucian GKaiser, and as you can see here, I have a pretty nice selection of manga that I've been collecting recently. On this shelf is a lot of manga that I'm currently collecting and getting issues of each month. Now, as of recently, I ran across a manga not too long ago that caught my eye when I was strolling through Barnes & Nobles here in my town, and I definitely want to share this manga with you today. It is a fantastic manga, and I'm going to tell you guys why I love it so much today here on the GKaiser Age. The name of this manga is The Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. So let's get started. Lucian GKaiser and the GKaiser Age launching into a fantasy realm manga. Alright everybody, so this is definitely one of the best fantasy romance manga that I've read in a little while, and I really enjoy it for the simplicity but the fun of the story and the way it goes in different ways that I didn't expect. As you can see here in the background, I've got some of my other favorite mangas that I've collected and ones that I'm still collecting volumes of, like The Ancient Magus Bride, Dance in the Vampire Boon, and The Seventh Garden. All kind of relate to the manga that I'll be going over today. So let's get into it. Now, I have already done one review before on my channel, but I really felt that that review didn't capture the emotion and the feeling and just the wonderment that I've gotten from this manga, especially now that I'm 3 volumes in. So today I'm going to be reviewing part of volume 1. This is going to be a multi-part series for each volume. So today we're going to start with just the first part of it, and also talking about some of the characters and the world building that goes on in this world that they exist in. So just to start with, for those who may have not seen my original video and may not want to go back to watch that one versus this one, let's go ahead and get into it today with the Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. And I'm going to start off with a little reading from the back of the book here so you can get a good idea what we're going to be getting into. The ferocious King of Beasts rules over his subjects, both animal and man alike, with an iron paw. In a display of domination, he demands regular offerings from the humans. But there's something amiss with the 99th sacrifice. Unlike her predecessors, Sacrificial isn't afraid of the king. Will her insolence lead to a gruesome end or a new beginning? And of course, as we know, since we're 3 volumes in, we know the gruesome end part's definitely not going to happen, but you got to give it to these people that write these parts on the back of the book. You know, they kind of lead you in. Okay, so before I get into spoiler territory, I just want to tell you guys my rundown real quick on this manga. It's an excellent fantasy romance manga with some action here and there, more action in the later volumes than this current one, but this one still gives you a nice little bit of action. The real meat and bones of it is the actual interactions between Sacrificial and His Majesty and the rest of the people around them. So if that kind of thing interests you, and a nice Beauty and the Beast style kind of romance with a very interesting fantasy swords and sorcery kind of world, which there is magic in here, and that I'm going to go into more detail in volume 2 because it's really more prevalent in that one than in this one. But yes, it is fantastic. The artwork, I absolutely love it. The characters are very endearing, and the romance is a nice slow build. They come to like each other a lot and lean against each other, for their own needs. But at the end of the day, it starts to bud into something more than a passionate feeling between two people. It starts to build into love in a more natural way than what you normally see in most manga, where it's just like, bam, 10 chapters later, they finally admit that they love each other. In here, They definitely have strong feelings for each other, but they just don't know how to express them because in their own ways, they've been locked into a world of, you know, him having to be his majesty and leading these people and hiding the fact of his secret that he has. And then, of course, Seraphi growing up from a small child and knowing that she's going to be a sacrifice to some beast that she's never seen before. So that kind of dynamic and that kind of growth and them having to break down these barriers that they've built up around themselves throughout their lives and find that passionate romance between each other is where the real strength of this manga lies. So if that's what you really want to see and that's what you're really interested in, I definitely recommend checking this out. Now, I'm going to be doing the next part of this. It's going to be its own separate part. That's where we're going to get into the actual story, and I'm going to be reading off major points of the story and talking about why I enjoyed them and why they hit me so hard in the feels. If you want to read for yourself or you find this interesting just by seeing the images that are on the screen right now, then by all means, definitely pick up this book. Definitely check it out on your own. And, you know, let me know what you think here in the comment section down below. But enough about that. On the next part of this video series, you guys are going to get to see, of course, me reading off and discussing the different parts in this first volume of the manga, Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. Definitely leave a like, favorite, comment, subscribe, so that way you know when the next part is uploaded. And as always, thank you for joining me here in the GKaiser age. This is Lucian GKaiser signing out until the next manga fantasy battle.